Okay everyone, we have our 3D column chart here, and what we want to do now is we want to add some titles to it. Now if you notice, when you have a chart selected, you have this new ribbon that comes up here called Chart Tools. Now if you're looking for it and you can't find it, that's because the chart isn't selected. So it's only visible when you select it. So select some part of the chart, click on it, and this menu will come up. Okay, in order to add titles to the chart, we'll go to Layout under Chart Tools, and we'll select Chart Title. Here we're going to put it above the chart, which will resize the chart to make room for it. And what we're going to call it is Mini-Mall Utilities Summary. And there we have a chart title. Now we also want to have titles for these axes. One for the quarters here, one here for the utilities, and one here for the costs. Okay, so in order to do that, again, it's under Layout. We hit Axis Titles, the horizontal axis title, the one going along the bottom. We'll click on that. The axis title here, we'll call this the quarters. We'll repeat that for the other axes. The vertical axis title is here, the dollar amounts. And I think to make it fit a little bit better, we'll put this as a vertical title. So here I'll put something like expenses or something like that. Okay, and finally there's this axis, the depth axis, and we're just going to have this as a regular horizontal tile. We have plenty of room for that. And what will we call this? We'll just call these utility types, something like that. Okay, now we've got these three axis titles and a title for the chart. We also have this legend here, which was produced automatically. You can delete that by selecting it and hitting the delete key. I think we want to keep the legend here, however. So I'll just put it back just to let you know that you can delete chart elements as you like. Now, there's something that we might want to change about this. We've got these columns in the back that are kind of hard to see. So what we might try to do is just rotate this chart to try and help make these elements visible. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to do a right click on it, and we see this option, 3D rotation. We'll select that, and we can rotate the axes by any amount that we want. So I'll rotate along the x-axis a little bit. That kind of makes all my columns visible, but I think I'm going to rotate it in the y direction a little bit, and maybe back a little bit on the x direction. There. I think that makes a pretty nice rotation. Now we have all of our elements pretty much visible, and so it'll look pretty nice for now. We'll do a couple more things to this chart.